like if there's anything that
Yes.
you just, okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
I'm about to start recording. How do you want me to introduce you?
Just my first and last name. You can mention that I'm a graduate from North Texas
Okay.
with a major in sports journalism and a minor in psychology.
I probably won't remember all that.
Yeah, you want to just keep it short and simple?
Yes,
Okay.
and then I'll let you introduce yourself further.
What do you suggest? Just my first and last name, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So what your last name is Williams? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's the name of your business? Do you have a name for it?
Yes, it's the Right-Minded Philosopher, and right is spelled W-R-I-T-E.
Okay, so I'll just say that, and then you basically give people bios, professionals,
Yes.
famous people,
Right,
things like
right.
that, bios on what they do.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'll do that.
Sure,
Okay.
Sure.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna start recording. Okay, awesome. Welcome to another episode of Double E Elevating Entrepreneurs. Today I'm here with my friend and fellow entrepreneur, Myka Williams. He is actually the owner of a business where he interviews people and kind of tells them, or does bios on professionals, from like athletes to business owners, right, other individuals. And the name of his business is called the
Minded Philosopher.
Minded Philosopher. Okay, so let me say that together. So his business is called the Right-Minded Philosopher.
Yes.
And right is spelled W-R-I-T-E,
Yes.
so like writing. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners and tell us more about your background.
Sure. So my name is Myka Williams. I am a college graduate from the University of North Texas. I got my education in sports journalism with a minor in psychology. And so initially I wanted to be a professional sports writer. And after going through the trials and tribulations with that, I felt that it didn't work out for me the way I wanted it to, so I figured sometimes you have to just hire yourself. And so I was looking into more of a entrepreneurship role. And so I recently just started my own business, which is the Right-Minded Philosopher, and that's W-R-I-T-E. And so I focus on writing biographies for aspiring musicians and athletes. That's my main focus, but I'm trying to expand into writing about, models, actors, comedians, teachers, whatever your profession is, or whatever your, aspiring career is, I'm willing to write about you.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And why don't you tell us about how you got into it, or what made you think of this and, pursuing this avenue? It's very different and very interesting.
Sure, absolutely. So my little brother, Jalen Williams, he is a audio engineer and music producer. He's been doing that ever since he was 14 years old, so he's like 27 now. So he kind of suggested that since he does music, he kind of gave me the idea that I should write biographies, because everyone needs a biography.
Mm-hmm.
And so not only him, my dad was also a really strong influence and kind of helped out with that. And they just kind of gave me ideas and told me that is something that I'd be good at. And so I kind of ran away with it. And they've been very supportive with that. Very supportive and just very, influential and encouraging. And so those two have really helped me get started with this.
That's awesome. I love that. Very cool. And so tell us a little bit about your process. Like, what did you do to get started? Who is inspiring you, and where are you going with your business?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. So pretty much, I just kind of thought about every people that are serious about their careers and whatever they do. I always thought that, a biography is very essential to what to organizations, to recruiters, to agencies, to coaches, scouts, whatever, anything. So I figured that I like to, publicize people, give them recognition, give them exposure to anything that they have a passion for. So I thought about that, and I've always thought of ways of giving back to the community, and just trying to make dreams come true. So I felt that writing biographies was really a good thing, and it just kind of came to mind, and being that I'm a writer, that's my background, my education. I figured why not do something like this for those that are serious about their careers and want to give back to the community and want to make a name for themselves. There's just so much that that it does. It's the first thing that people ask about when they ask about you, do you have a biography? And so I'm glad that I can present that. As far as the process, how I like to do things is kind of, I do a lot of marketing on Facebook, Instagram, just any type of social media platform. So I like to, kind of get to know the person I'm interviewing. I like to know maybe, where they're from, where they grew up, what got them started into their profession, and then pretty much I'll just schedule an interview, a short interview with them, and once we knock that out, then I'll pretty much get to writing.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And how are you connecting with these people that you're interviewing?
So I'm connecting just through social media, email. So yeah, pretty much just Facebook, Instagram, email, and that's pretty much it. My brother actually has, being that he's a music producer, he has a lot of clients that come to his studio, and so word of mouth, people that come to his studio, he'll let them know, hey, my brother writes biographies. If you need a bio, here's his contact, so they can reach me through a phone number or email or social media.
Okay. So how would our listeners find you on the socials?
So right now I do have a Facebook page, and I'm on Instagram, which is the Right-Minded Philosopher, and then also you can contact me on my email address, which is rightmindedbio@gmail.com. Still working on getting the website built, so that's going to take a little extra time. But right now, definitely Instagram, Facebook, and then by email.
That's awesome. I really like it. Very cool. So I know you said you had mentioned you traveled for a couple of different bios. Can you tell us about those experiences?
Sure, absolutely. So my brother, he shoots a lot of music videos, and we've traveled to many different cities across the country. We recently went to Philadelphia. We went to Vegas, New Orleans, New York. We've traveled to so many different cities before the pandemic, and so anytime I travel or if I'm with him at a music video shoot, I'm always connecting and networking with other artists, and just trying to get my name out there and letting them know, hey, I write bios. This is what I do. Let me write your bio. Let me write your story. And so I'll kind of connect, with different people, and just network, and just try to get my name out there, and try to let them know, hey, I can help you. If you're serious about what you do, and if you have a plan, if you have a future, I can help you with that by creating you a fine professional biography. And so so traveling is great. I mean, it's fun. We love doing it. It's definitely a great way to explore the world and just kind of step outside the box a little bit.
That's cool. So do you have any places you want to go to do bios, or any people that you'd love to do a bio for?
At this time, I don't really have anyone specific. I'm just always trying to reach out. It doesn't matter what you do. As far as music, I mean, I'll do rap, hip hop. I'll do country. I'll do blues. I'll do classic rock. I'll even do guitarist. It doesn't matter what genre you do, but genre is your specialty. Whatever you do, I'm willing to write your story, and that goes for anything else. Once again, teachers, models, actors, comedians, and anything that you do that you have a passion for. I want to tell your story, so If you ever need a biography, I'm your guy.
That's awesome. Very cool. So, if you were giving tips to fellow entrepreneurs kind of starting out in their entrepreneur journey and stuff like that, what do you think really helped you? Is there anything specific you can help point them towards that really made a difference for you as you're starting out and it's helping you as you're continuing to go forward and kind of grow your brand and your business?
Sure, absolutely. This is all new to me, you know. I never really had the mindset of being an entrepreneur. But if I could give any advice to anyone that's looking to start their own business, first of all, just believe that you can do it. Just find a hobby, something that you really love doing, a passion. Brainstorm, come with ideas, focused. Don't get discouraged if things aren't working out. Try not to get sidetracked or distracted. Just think about what it is that you really love doing in life and try to come up with a game plan. You can always go to YouTube, and that's how I've learned to educate myself, is watching YouTube, networking with people that have been in the business or that have their own businesses, always networking. And once again, just staying focused and staying committed and just never giving up, because it's going to take time. As they say, Rome wasn't built in one day, so things don't happen overnight. You have to just keep grinding and figure it out. What is it that I love doing, and how can I utilize that to get back to the community?
That's awesome. So when you say, stay focused and don't get discouraged as you're growing your business, what helps you do those two things?
So for me, it's just having that mentality, that attitude that, these are my goals. You have a plan, and you just say to yourself, these are my goals. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me from doing what I want to do. And then also too, you're always gonna have those people that try to bring you down or make comments that to make you feel like you just don't have the potential of doing great things. So the thing is just the biggest thing is just believing in yourself and being persistent. Every day, always trying to come up with new ideas. And if you stay at it, eventually good things will happen.
That's awesome. I completely agree. That's so cool. Well, is there anything else you want to share with the listeners? Any other tips of advice or any exciting news going forward with your business that they can be following or anything like that?
I just want to give a few shout outs. I just want to, first and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me an opportunity, for giving me the skill set to be the ability to write. I want to give a shout out just to my family for being very supportive. Cornell, Jessica, Jalen, Terrell. Again, Jalen, he's a very inspiring music producer, audio engineer. He does have his own recording studio. If anyone needs studio time, you can check out his website at jkidproductions.com. He is on Facebook and Instagram, all platforms of social media. It's just JKid Productions. That's JAYKID Productions. And once again, if you wanna, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at the Right-Minded Philosopher. That's WRITE, the Right-Minded Philosopher. Or you can email me at rightmindedbio@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to write about you and learn about your story.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a guest here today, and I look forward to following you in your entrepreneurship journey.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. You guys stay tuned for the next episode of Double E Elevating Entrepreneurs. Perfect. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. I thought about what kind of questions are you gonna ask that have a little plan, but then
it's better if it flows naturally.
Yeah, it's better if it flows naturally. So I felt like there was a lot of good things, and I guess you're the editor, so
yes,
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But no, seriously though, I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
I do feel kind of bad because I know in the beginning I said that I wasn't really interested. And I wasn't really thinking, because now it's this is an opportunity, this is an advantage, and if someone's giving you that, you should just take advantage of it,
Yeah.
So I appreciate that a lot, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
this right here is recognition, exposure for me, and I think it's awesome that you're doing this. So
Thank you.
I'm glad you had me out today. made time out of your schedule because you're so busy.
It's
you know,
ridiculous.
To spend, you know, whatever, 45 minutes with me. So.
Oh, no, it's really fine. Okay, perfect. I'm going to
Cool.
get my coworker to take a couple pics of
Nice,
us.
awesome,
And then
cool.
I'll let you enjoy your day off.
Thank you so much.
Kind of jealous.
Cool, appreciate that.